So a week ago today, I made a video where I graded all the new Championship home kits for the 2020-21 season. So I thought what would be good for today's video, a week later, is that I'll grade the away kits for the Championship 2020-21 season. And let me tell you what, we've got a mixed bag of kits to go through. I'll tell you what, the average score between all 24 kits combined is 6.8 out of 10. I'll tell you what, we've had some bangers, and we have some stinkers to go through, so I'll be very interested to hear your guys' opinion on this. Of course, 4 days time this Friday, we are going to see the introduction of the 2020-21 Championship season. I am so excited for the season to start. I will be uploading my table predictions for the new Championship 2020-21 season tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. I'm going to be very scared to release my predictions, but I need to get more than this one solitary prediction I got right last year. My aim is to improve. If you guys want to do anything more than just watch my video, etc., you can always join my Discord. There's a new link on the screen right now. If you go to that link, you should be able to join the server. We talk about video ideas, we talk about all the football going on. We were actually talking about Soccer Age yesterday. We were talking about the Nations League matches. We can literally talk about anything football. So if you want to join on that Discord server, join the link on the screen, but I'll also put it in the description down below. It's only open for 24 hours. If you see this 24 hours later, the link will have expired. But if you want to join the server, leave a comment and I'll send you a link to go in. If you guys like what you see, please make sure you do give this video a like. It's tremendously appreciated. If you haven't done, and if you're new around here, please subscribe to the channel. I'm ticking along a little bit in the subscriber count at the moment. I'm on 243 at the moment. This may be a bit of a stretch, but could you guys potentially try and get me 250 subscribers before the championship season starts? If you can, that would be fantastic. I would love you guys. And honestly, you know my aim already, to get 1,000 subscribers before the end of the season, because if you don't know this already, if I get 1,000 subs, BenHD has agreed that we could do a collaboration if I achieve it. I mean, I've set this on to myself, regrettably, but that's the target. So come on guys, I can't afford you to let me down here. And to help me to achieve that, please share this video, share it to your social media, share it to Championship YouTubers, share it to Championship fans, anything you can to share my channel or to get my content out there. That would really make my day. But without any further ado, I'm waffling on. Let's grade these Championship away kits. We're starting off today with AFC Bournemouth. Now, I tell you this, their home kit was one of my favourites. It was in my top 3 favourites, if I'm right in saying it got a 9 out of 10. This one I'm not as big as a fan, but I would say it's a fantastic kit by Bournemouth. I really like how Vitality fits in. I think it does fit in a little bit well. It's a little bit of a light blue bordering on mint colour, and you'll know later that I'm not a fan of mint coloured kits in general, but this is more light blue and I can make do with that. I like how the badges change to blend in with it. I like their sleeves as well. I actually really love this kit. Not as much as the home kit, but it's up there. I say a good solid 8 out of 10. Now we go to Barnsley's kit. Now Barnsley's kit, I think, will split opinion. I remember giving their home kit a 7 out of 10, and I think this is going to have similar territory. I won't like the colour scheme. I'm a much bigger fan of in the home kit. The only thing that knocks it down for me, I'm not too sure with the hexagonal patterns on it. I just don't think it goes. It looks like a load of teeth on it. That's what it literally looks like to me. I do like what Puma were going for. I think the sponsor fits in quite well. The sleeves I think are okay as well, and the shoulder line especially I think is okay. Just like with Bournemouth, the badges change to blend in. It is bordering on bland a little bit. I'll say 7 out of 10. Now you go to Birmingham's kit. Now, it seemed to me that I was like one of the very few individuals that really liked their home kit, which I was really bizarre for me. Their red kit though, I mean, I love the colour red. I absolutely love the colour red. So any red kit is going to be up there for me, and especially if they've got stuff going on, because I think Huddersfield have a similar kit design to this as well. I like how the sponsor fits in. I think it blends in very well. I like what Nike have done there. I think the badges doesn't look too out of place actually. Overall, it's a very clean kit. It is bordering on a little bit of a training kit, but apart from that, I think it's alright. I will say 8 out of 10, slightly better than the home kit, which I graded at 7.5 last week. We've now got Blackburn's away kit. Now, their home kit was a huge disappointment for me. Yes, I had the 2 stripes down there, which I thought was quite nice, but the big sponsor just completely ruined it for me. This, on the other hand, I would actually have to say, I think Blackburn have been one of the biggest improvers in terms of their away kit. I am actually a big fan of this kit. I'm not too sure what other people are going to think, because this is the newest kit. This is only a couple of days old, so Don't really know the general reaction to this kit, but what I think Umbro have done a really good job with this kit. I like the blue stripe design they have, bit similar to Bournemouth, but it's going the other way around, but it's also not a plain stripe, it's quite graded, it's got different textures, got different shades of gradients in it, which I think actually looks really, really nice for the kit. I really like it, I'm a big fan. As a score though, I don't think it quite cracks an 8.5, I'll say 8 out of 10. I think what saved it is the fact that the sponsor actually looks alright with it. It actually blends in quite well with the colour scheme they've went for the sponsor. Now we've got Brentford's away kit, and the two words I think of when I look at this kit is smooth and clean. I absolutely love it. It looks a little bit like Batman, but I actually really love a black kit. It's not bordering on boring. And do you know what I really like as well? It's got a couple of shades of grey just to show it off a little bit. It's got tints of red as well. As a score, I think this will have to be the highest mark so far. I think 8.5 out of 10. So now we go to Bristol City. Now, of course, I actually already graded their away kit last week, but in case you haven't seen last week's video, here is a preview of what I said last week about Bristol City's away kit. So now we go to Bristol City, and unfortunately they've not got their home kit, so I'll grade their away kit. And if I'm going to be honest, I am a big fan of this kit. About the colour scheme, it's very modern, very neon type of colours. Looks to me a little bit like the Incredible Hulk for some weird reason to me when I look at this, but the green and purple I think works quite well. The Manchester Bet sponsor I actually think fits in pretty well. It's a Hummel kit. It's the first one of the Hummel kits in this whole entire list. Actually a big fan of this one. I like how the badge is fitted in within the patterns. The only thing I'm not too sure about the stripes, the green stripes on the sleeve line. It looks a little bit bizarre for me and looks a little bit too much going on. But the pattern work on the shirt, I'm a big fan. One of my favourite patterns that I've seen in a football shirt. I'm going to say pretty good 8 out of 10. Quite a big fan of that one. I don't know what I was smoking on that day, thinking that purple and green went together. Looking like the Incredible Hulk and Barney the Dinosaur. I mean, what was I thinking there? Sure, I would have given it at least a 7, but an 8? Gosh, I was so generous. But what I'm going to do today, of course, I've already ranked that kit, but we haven't ranked their home kit yet. And this is their home kit. And I don't know, I really don't know. When I look at this, there's a couple things I like. I like the design pattern they're going for. I like the sleeves. But what's it with the little patterns on the collar and the tips of the sleeves? A lot of clubs are doing this year. It's copying Nottingham Forest and Queen's Park Rangers away kit. The Mansion Bet as well, I don't know if it fits in as well as it did with the away kit. I know with the away kit it could look quite tacky with a completely different colour scheme. Despite matching the colour scheme, I actually think it's just too big. Things would be 6.5 out of 10. Not necessarily meaning it's bad, but preferably I wouldn't get this. I think for me there's just too much going on with the design. The sponsor doesn't fit in. The badge I don't think quite fits in either. There's some things that I do like, of course, but it's not perfectly executed in my opinion. Now we go to Cardiff's away kit, and I'm sorry Cardiff fans, I really do not like it. And you'd be hoping I like this because I wasn't a big fan of your home kit either. It looks boring, and what's worse, it's mint coloured. This looks more like an ice cream than it does for the kit in my opinion. I don't know about the colour scheme either. It looks like the sponsor is a completely different shade of blue than it is with the collar and the tips as well, which actually looks more tacky. In my opinion, the worst away kit so far, unfortunately. Adidas, you've let yourself down big time, I'll say. Oh gosh, 4.5 out of 10 in my opinion. We now go to Coventry's away kit. Now their home kit, I remember giving it an 8.5. I'm probably thinking about should have given it a 9 for how unique the design was. They've not quite gone for anything too extravagant this time. It's a bit similar to what Blackburn have done, but I actually think it looks quite nice. The Boyle Sports sponsor as well, I actually don't think looks too out of place. I think you can just about get away with it, in my opinion. The sleeves I quite like as well. I like how they changed the badge once again to fit in with the design. And a valiant effort. I just wish there was a little bit more going on, in my opinion. I think it just looks a little bit unfinished for me. So as a mark, I'll give it 8 out of 10. Not quite on par with Coventry's home kit, but their away kit is still pretty good. Now we go to Derby's away kit. Now, with this away kit, I really stumped on what to think of it. Of course, it's simple, but it just looks a bit boring, doesn't it? I mean, the colour scheme of Derby's home kit, of course, was the white and black. One things I do like about it, they had a few unique designs, especially like one for ticks and their sleeve lines. This, though, literally only one little design they have, and that's on the shoulder line here. Fortunately, I think I'll have to give this one 6 out of 10. Really wish there was more going on in that one. We now go to Huddersfield's away kit. Of course, it's another red kit, which I love. When I look at this, I think maybe the shade of red, it looks more bland. Don't know if that's my eyes seeing it differently or the picture I'm looking at. It looks a little bit like a training top, which does dock down a couple of points for me. I like how the badge is fitted in, actually. I think it looks really, really nice with it, but could they have done a little bit more pattern work on it? I know I gave Birmingham's 1 and 8, but I was a bit more of a fan of that lighter shade of red. This one's got a bit of a darker shade, which I'm not too keen on. I think I'll squeak it a 7 out of 10. And undoubtedly, one of the most controversial away kits has to go to Luton Town. Very, very ambitious choice of colours and design. I have to say I like it. I absolutely love this kit. I think it's different, but I think it's a good difference. It's a bit in your face, you know, a lot of stuff going on, especially with the design they have around the shirt. And obviously they changed their sponsor there. They've done something really different compared to their home kit, which I thought was a little bit bland actually. Umbro have had a few good ones and a few bad ones in this video, but this is one of their best ones in my opinion. It's different, it's a risk, but I think it pays off. I would go as far as to say I think this is my favourite one so far. I would say 9 out of 10 actually. Big improvement on their home kit, which I believe I graded a 7 last time. We now go to Middlesbrough's away kit. Now, I remember their home kit looking so good, but the 32 red ruining it, and I gave it a 6.5 out of 10 in the end. This kit, a little bit similar, but it would have got so much higher if that 32 red wasn't so big. I like the white tick they have in there. Looks a little bit like a Reverend, but I actually think that's a good feature for the kit to have. I think this is near perfect, but the sponsor ruins it. I think I'm going to get it an 8.5 out of 10. Honestly, if you just took the sponsor away, it would be close to perfection. And undoubtedly, one of the most talked about away kits is Millwall's away kit. Now, there's a few similarities that you've got to look into there, especially with the colour scheme. It is almost bordering on being a Celtic kit and a Plymouth Argyle kit, which both of their fans were completely stir crazy when it was released on Twitter. When it did came out, I mean, it was all over my feed. This kit overall, I don't know. I really don't know if I like it or not. I don't get why they have to use that zip design, like right in the middle of the shirt. I don't think it's needed. What I do like, I actually like the pinstripes they have in the sleeves, but I also like it in their collar design. But that huge zip, but also husky chocolate. Now, the reason why their home kit had such a high mark was one of the few kits where the sponsor actually fits in really, really well. This, however, I don't think it does. I'm going to say 5 out of 10. So now we go to Norwich's away kit. And honestly, it struck me at first for the fact it was blue. I mean, I thought Norwich would be wanting to get away from Ipswich colours as much as they can, but they've got a somewhat blue away kit. With the kit overall, I actually quite like it. I like the pinstripes they have down. I like the contrasting colours they have with it. Wish there was a little bit more going on the shoulder line actually, but as a kit overall, 7 out of 10 for me. We now go to Nottingham Forest's away kit. Now, I think this one is going to be a Marmite kit. When I'm just looking at this, you're either going to love it or you're either going to hate it. And I think you can hear by my reaction, I am not too keen on this kit. Having a blue and yellow kit is always a risk in itself, but you need the right design. I don't get the wavy lines. I don't get why they were there. The Football Index sponsor actually kind of clashes with it as well, in my opinion. As a grade overall, I mean, there's some stuff I do like. I do like the white stripe they have in the bottom of their shirt. I'm going to say 6 out of 10. Not one of the worst, don't get me wrong, it's not one of the worst kits, but it's not one of my favourites. We now go to Preston's away kit. Now, I remember being very, very critical of their home kit, saying it looked a bit like a milk bottle. With this one, it looks a little bit more like a trainer top in this one with the lack of colours, but I actually think this kit looks a lot cleaner. I like the pattern design they've got. They've got a little bit of a triangular design they've got in there, I think that's what you can call it, or like a trigonometry design going on there. Overall, if I look at this kit, it's not one of the top ones. I'm going to say 7.5 out of 10, you know, decent, but not top tier level like the 8s or 9s out of 10. So I'll say 7.5 out of 10, but pushing on to be an 8. Pretty good effort from Preston there. Now we go to Nottingham Forest's home kit. Wait, sorry. Queen's Park Rangers' away kit. Now, I basically graded Queen's Park Rangers' away kit with Nottingham Forest's home kit last video, and I said it was a 6 out of 10, so there you go. We now go to Reading's away kit, and oh dear, this kit was doing so well. I actually love this kind of different styles of colours. I thought of the kit. I like the dark red and the light red. But what ruins it is the leanness lines they've got in the bottom of it. Why do they need it? I have to ask, why do they need it? You know what, if they just made it like a Blackburn design, one half dark red and one half light red, I'd go as far to say that would be an 8.5 out of 10 at least. I think it'll have to be a 5 out of 10. It looks so distracting. And you know what, when one thing is wrong, it really ruins the whole kit. You know, you've seen sponsors ruin kits, and with Reading's case in their away kit, it's their design in the left half of their shirt. It's such a shame. We now go to Rotherham's kit now. I actually quite like it. I like the colour scheme. I like the white, black and red that they've chosen with it. It fits in well with the club badge that they got. I actually like how the badge fits in between the pinstripes. I actually think that looks quite nice on them. Puma has also fit in between the pinstripes, so there's no terms of clashing there. They could have done a little bit more design with the white stripes that they had on there. But apart from that, it's alright. I would say 7 out of 10. Now we go to Sheffield Wednesday's away kit. Now, I was a brave soul backing up their home kit because with their reaction, a lot of people were a big fan of their home kit. With their away kit, I mean, when I look at this, it looks like one of those art projects you do at school when you're supposed to practice shading. I'm sorry, Sheffield Wednesday fans, I'm not a big fan of this one. When I look at this, I mean, is it camouflage? Is it supposed to be like a cheetah sort of design? Is it supposed to be a leafy design? I mean, I don't know what they were going for. Is it supposed to be an art design? I mean, I don't know what to gauge from this kit. It's literally just that colour, which looks bland. And I think the fact that badge has actually changed to grey as well. It is almost entirely a grey shirt, you know, like a shirt you'd see in the wash, unfortunately. I think even if you kept the badge, the regular colour, I actually think that kit would have looked a lot better. So they didn't make many things right back here, unfortunately. I think I have to give it a 5 out of 10, unfortunately. We now go to Stoke's away kit, and I'll tell you this, my favourite away kit that all of them have been released, that's my favourite. I absolutely love it. And do you know why I love it? I love the colour scheme. I like the dark blue and I like yellow. Those two things just go together. But this particular shade of dark blue, not like Nottingham Forest's dark blue, this shade of dark blue works with yellow so well. Bet365 fits in well. I like the kind of ripple effect they've got with the shirt, but it's also carried onto the sleeves where they've changed the colour to yellow there. I love the contrast between the sleeves and the shirt. I love everything about it. I like how they've changed the club badge as well. 9.5 out of 10. Close to perfection in my opinion. We now go to Swansea's away kit, and oh dear, I mean, I remember their home kit was in my top 2 favourites. How would you go from this to this? I don't even know where to begin with this kit. I mean, for a start, we'll talk about the colour scheme. It looks like mint, but also like a light bluish, but they've got red. Light blue and red in a kit? I'm getting a beachy vibe from it, but that's not good, in my opinion. Gosh, I'm really sorry, Swansea fans. I mean, I was a big fan of your home kit, but this kit, though, is hideous, in my opinion. They try to do something similar to what Coventry did, you know, try and do a big, elaborate design at the bottom half of the shirt, and then do it a little bit simpler at the top. Coventry made it work, but for this, because of a really outrageous colour scheme, I don't think it works, unfortunately. I have to give this one 4 out of 10. My worst kit so far, in my opinion. We now go to Watford's away kit. Now, what I've gathered is that they've completely ran out of budget because they splashed it on their elaborate home kit for that's the best word I can describe their home kit. With this one, looks a little bit boring, doesn't it? It's a white kit, basically. It's alright, but it's not one of my favourites. It's going to be one I won't remember, unfortunately. I think 6 out of 10. Not one of the worst, don't get me wrong, but definitely not one of the better ones. And the final kit to go over is Wycombe's away kit. Now, I'm sorry, having a dream sponsor just doesn't look right on a kit, especially with the pink tick. I mean, because it's dreams, you need the pink tick to be in there, but it looks so weird with a kit. In fact, I've only just looked at this now. Does the dream sponsor look purplish to you, or does it look like a dark blue? I don't know if my eyes are deceiving me, but that looks like dark purple. If that's the case, this is basically a mini eggs packet. That's what that kit is. It's a mini eggs packet. Oh my gosh, it is as well. Look at that, it's a mini eggs packet. Okay, let's move on. I looked at this kit yesterday when Wycombe were playing Brentford in the Carabao Cup, and actually it looks alright. Yes, the pink tick is so distracting, I won't lie. But apart from that, it actually looks okay. I like the little bit of the design they were going for there. Got like a little bit of Pythagoras in there with the amount of triangles that they managed to include there. The O'Neill's actually fits in quite well in my opinion. Not too sure about the neckline and the collar, but I can make do with that. I like how they changed the design of the badge to fit in. As a score, much better than Wickham's home kit. I graded that 4.5 out of 10. I'd say this one's 6.5 out of 10. Pretty good, but not quite in the top tier in my opinion. You know, if it's that dream sponsor, if they just had a different sponsor, it would look so much better. But a respectable effort by Wickham. But that wraps it up. Those are all for Championship away kits plus Bristol City's home kit. That's all the home kits and away kits covered. If you want to see me do another kit grading video where I grade some third kits, which some of them look actually really nice, and some goalkeeping kits maybe, if you want to see that, let me know in the comments down below, and please give this video a like, and I'll consider doing that video potentially next week. But of course, the dawn on the new season's near us. Tomorrow will be my championship table predictions, which I'm really excited to show you guys. If you guys like what you see, please make sure you do give this video a like. It's tremendously appreciated. If you haven't done, please subscribe to the channel. If you're new around here, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done. It would really make my day. Let's try and get to 250 subscribers before the week ends. And if you can, please share my channel to as many people as you can, to your social medias, to other YouTubers. That would really make my day. But that wraps it up. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are legendary if you saw the end of this video. And as always, take care, guys.